talk about something very informative, something very interesting. Have you ever thrown away a food pack that is too good for you? This might have happened to you so many times. Today, I want to tell you the difference between a best before date on a food product and an expiry date. There is a difference between best before date and expiry date. You may be wondering, are they not the same thing? A best before date is the same thing as expiry date. No, the answer is no. They are not the same thing. And today I am here to tell you the difference. So stick with me. This is going to be a short lecture, so stick with me. But before I start, please do well to like, comment, and share this video. It is very important. As you are getting information here, let other people get that same information. Now, when we talk about a best before date and an expiry date, they are two different things. The best before date is the date that tells you when the product is at its best quality. After that date, the manufacturer, the people who put the food together, they are telling you that they can't guarantee the quality of that product when it comes to taste, when it comes to texture, when it comes to color. So it's about the food quality. When they talk about a best before date, it is dwelling on the food quality. This food may not be at its best quality after that date, all right? Anything can happen. The taste can change, the color can change, the appearance can change. But when we are talking about expiry date, this has to do with safety. It is more about safety. This food should not be eaten. For best before date, this food may not be eaten. But for expiry date, this food should not be eaten. This has to do with safety. Best before date has to do with quality. Expiry date has to do with what? Safety. When we are talking about food, safety is very, very important. Food safety is key. So when we talk about best before date, we are talking about the quality of the food. When we are talking about expiry date, we are talking about what? Safety of the food. So know the difference. Now, when we are talking about the quality of the food, best before date, this has to do with packaged product like cereals, packaged nuts, packaged snacks and all of that. But when we talk about best before date, this has to do with perishable food like your milk, your meats, your high moisture content food. They put expiry date. This has to do with safety. At this point, the microbial and the chemical safety of the food cannot be guaranteed. So, best before date is usually used for products that just have changes in their quality, but expiry dates are usually used for products that are perishable, that has to do with safety concerns. All right. Now, for best before, can you eat the food after the best before date? The answer is yes. You just have to check it, check the appearance, check the texture, check the color, check everything and smell and see and have a feel of it. But for expired food with expiry date, this has to do with safety. You cannot eat the food after the expiry date. You can see the difference between best before and expiry date. For best before food, you can decide if you want to take the food after expiration, because this has to do with changes, mild changes in the food. But for food that has safety concerns, you cannot eat the food after expiration. This is going to impact your health negatively. Now, for regulations, food with expiry date are heavily regulated. For example, you buy your meat, you need to follow the expiry date strictly. You buy packaged food, already prepared food, pre-made food, pre-packed food, you need to follow the expiry date strictly. You buy cookies, the best before date, you could still decide to eat it after the best before date, but you have to also check the quality. Like I said in summary, best before date has to do with quality of the food in terms of taste, appearance, color, texture. But expiry date has to do with what? Safety, microbial safety, chemical food safety, and the likes. All right? This has to do with safety. Best before quality. Now, can you eat the food after the date? For best before food, you can do your checks. You can decide. You may or may not. But for expiry date, you should not eat the food because you are going to get sick if you do that. So, next time you are checking the dates on your products, you want to check if you have a best before or you have an expiry date. You want to assess, you want to see for best before dates if this is still good for you. So many times, a lot of people throw away good foods and some other people eat bad food and they get sick. So now that you have the knowledge about best before dates and expiry date, go ahead and check the packs of your food. Always read the labels. Food labels are there for you to read as a consumer. Don't just get a food. And that's why a lot of you buy expired food in the shop and then you eat it and you get sick because you don't check your labels. When you see foods that have expiry date, you have to be strict with it. You have to be serious with that date. But when you see foods that have best before dates, the food may still be good after that date because what they are just telling you is that this food has the best quality until that date. The quality may deviate slightly after that date, but you have to decide on your own. So this is the difference between best before and expiry date. I believe I've been able to tell you the difference in terms of, the food that have this date and how you can, handle each and every of these dates. All right. So if you have any question, please drop them in the comment section. Please do well to like, comment, and share this video. Subscribe to this channel as we continue to give you more information about your food, and please do well to watch all our cooking and food inspiration that is dropped from time to time. Until my next live video, stay happy, stay healthy, eat healthy, and stay safe. Bye.